Well. Hello. I told you just in case something came up. Um, I was going to come back. I um, I don't expect anybody to be on, so this will be up a little later because I know in certain time zones it is after 10 o'clock, and I'm normally not on here, but I have something to say. I have something to say. First of all, congratulations uh, to all of the guys tonight, the players who have gotten drafted and who will continue to be drafted. I'm trying to see. I'm split attention here. I see another an Oregon player has went up, and and everything. And God bless. I mean, I'm happy for them all. But ladies and gentlemen, I have a problem. I have a problem. I know it'll probably go unheard, and there's really nothing anyone can do about it. But I have a tremendous problem. I really do. I have a tremendous problem. You mean to tell me, come on, 32 NFL teams, 32. You mean to tell me, and what Gary said, and that's what I was about to get to. And I normally don't play this bias and race car thing too much, but my goodness gracious alive, what in the let me put it this way, and I'm gonna be nice about it. Hey, Dr. Crystal, what's up, Gary? What in the welfare witchcraft hocus pocus hold down is this? This this has made me, I'm being totally honest now. This has made me basically lose faith in the NFL. I'm just being honest with y'all. I have I, you me let me get my book out. Here's my book. Here's my book. You see where it says pro football draft? It says draft. Let me put it that way. Draft. You mean to tell me Tyler Show, I'm not Show, whatever his name is. You mean to tell me New Orleans, you're not even my squad, but you mean to tell me that you drafted this dude at 26 years old? Shoot, that dude's supposed to be getting ready to come up out of there. And you mean to tell me he's just not going in, and he was I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something. Here we go. Tyler Show in Lindy's. He was number 11. Number 11. Quarterback. Now, quarterback, y'all. Number 1 was Cam Ward. Number 2 was Jalen Milroe. Number 3 was Shedeur Sanders. And you mean to tell me that you picked the number 11 guy? Wait a minute. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna rant and rave tonight. You know what? Look at it. Look at this. Number 3 is Shedeur. Number 4 was Jackson Dart. He goes to the Giants over Shedeur and Jalen. What? Are you kidding me? Then you get Dylan Gabriel, Quinn Ewers. Then you have Will Howard. Then you have Riley Leonard, Curtis Rourke, Kyle McCord. Then you have Tyler Show, the last quarterback in Lindy's. In their top 11, Tyler Show, the last one, and the guys that are before him, with the exception of Jackson Dart, these guys are not even picked. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Somebody help me to understand why Shedeur, why Jalen, why Dylan Gabriel. of all people, not picked. Can somebody please tell me why? Why? All right, let me move on to something else, because some of y'all, you know what? I ain't calling you slow, but I'm got to get this while it's on my mind. You mean to tell me some of these DBs that are getting drafted are better than Malachi Moore? Are you serious? Are you serious? Better than Malachi Moore? I got questions. I got questions. This is the world we live in right now. Well, Dr. Crystal, I'm going to tell you what. Wait. Here's the Jaguars with another pick. I might be behind or ahead, but here we go. Y'all indulge me for a minute. Look at this. Another non-Alabama. Caleb Ransall going from Tulane, going to the Jaguars. Now, hear me good. Piano Man is not down in nobody. But what I am questioning is this an Alabama bias or Alabama hate? Is this a Sanders bias and a Sanders hate? What's really going on here? Wait a minute. I'm going to show you something else. Guys, wait a minute. Here we go. Let me see. Let me go back again. Let me go back to the offense for a minute. Let me go back to the running backs for just a second. All right. Guys that I know for a fact. Guys that I know for a fact should have been drafted. What's wrong with Dylan Sampson? What's the problem? Besides, he went to Tennessee. I don't like Tennessee, but the dude can run. And you mean, has anybody picked him up yet? I hadn't seen it. What about you got Dylan Sampson? You've got here's another one. Here's another running back. Okay, even though he's from Auburn, Jaquez Hunter. What's happening? What's happening here? You mean to tell me guys that I know played against quality opponents week in and week out and performed and went out there and busted their behind, and you bet Q-Rob? Yes. You mean to tell me some of these players are better than Q-Rob? Are you kidding me? Tim Smith, are you kidding me? Please tell me without telling me. No. That would be quite crazy, because they're already saying it without saying it. That they don't want Jalen. They don't want to. They definitely don't want Shedeur. They don't want Q-Rob. They don't want Tim Smith. Y'all see what I'm getting at? What about CJ Dupree? What about Oops? And wait a minute. So see, Gary, I'm glad I got my book. So let me go back to the tight end since you brought that up. Big dog. Since you brought it up. See, no more. See, let me see. Wait a minute. Here is. Well, here's that dude from Caden Preakstorm from Ole Miss, tight end. Yeah, and that's about it. Not that many, but CJ Dupree is the most noted one that's left in here. No CJ. No CJ. No CJ. No Q-Rob. No Tim Smith. No Jalen Milroe. No Shedeur Sanders. But if you talk about, but then the same people, if you get to saying that around somebody, some folks gonna sit up there and say, well, they didn't do nothing. What you mean they didn't do nothing? What you mean they didn't do nothing? Dr. Crystal said these owners got together on this, and I'm almost inclined. These owners got together, these coaches got together, those GMs got together. It seemed to me like everybody got together. Everybody got together. I was thinking about that piano. That's what Gary says. Like, are they really being biased? Dupree and Oops, or better than Lovely and the other tight end that got drafted. Say it, Dr. Crystal. This is open. I got you, sis. I got you. If you don't, I will. Because I'm telling you, this is wrong. And there are a lot of there are a lot of people. I'm keeping up with it on my phone. It's a lot of angry people tonight. It's a lot of angry people. And I've already said, I'm going to watch round 4 and everything. Oh, I already know, Dr. Crystal. I know. We've but let me tell you something. I'm going to watch round 4. This hit and ran my blood pressure up. And I normally don't let stuff like this get to me. But this has totally taken it up there. Because I don't like biasness, racism, stuff like that, sexism. I don't like none of those isms. None of that. I don't like any of that. And to me, it is wrong. Now, I know those guys are taking it in stride and everything, but here's my problem. When you present things to the media, from the media to the general public, you had these guys up there thinking, when they say they're getting invited first round, they're being invited to Green Bay. Under a normal circumstance, you're basically telling them they're going to come off the board first round or early second round. Hell, we at the 3rd round, and they still haven't come off the board. But according to a reputable magazine, come on now, Lindy's is reputable. Them and Athlon are 2 of the tops where you can get all of your information from. Thank you, Kangaroo Black. You mean to tell me, hey, Nick, roll tide, brother. You mean to tell me, according to Lindy's, you had the top 3 quarterbacks was Cam Ward, Jalen Milroe, and Shedeur Sanders, 1, 2, 3, right here in this magazine. And you mean to tell me out of those 3, only 1 got picked? Only 1 got picked. 1. Then you skip 1, 2, 3. You skip all the way up to 11. No. Excuse me. You skip, then you bypass Jalen and Shedeur, and then pick up Jackson Dart. I'm just saying. I'm saying what I'm saying. Kangaroo said we are watching a premeditated crime. Somebody ought to be arrested. Somebody. And Kangaroo, I said this, KB. I promise you I said it. And they'll tell you that I said it. I'm not one to play that race card or that bias card real quick. But what I'm witnessing tonight, I can't help but to think it. Yes, ma'am, Dr. Crystal. That Dart pick told me everything. But now here we go. Here we go with the Rams. I've been hearing about the Rams all day. Remember, we talked about it, Dr. Crystal. See what I'm saying? Another Big Ten. But the Dart pick told me everything too. I said this to myself because I'm just here by myself. I'm of the firm persuasion now that the Canadian League is about to get a lot of these guys that were not picked out of this book. The Canadian League is about to get some guys. I really believe it with all my heart. Now, we got one more day, I think. of all of this. But it is blatant. It is blatant, premeditated, everything. Just racist, biased, everything. And these guys are good, and you can't pick them. And for whatever the reason, a guy who had a 75% QB rating, as one Mr. Shedeur Sanders had, and whatever it is you got against him and say, well, he can't throw. What you mean he can't throw at a 75% QB rating? Man, get a grip, get a life, learn the game, learn the sport. Something's wrong. You mean to tell me you're going to just judge Jalen Milroe on one bad year? One bad year. That's what we're judging this on. One bad year. Few mistakes here and there. Learning a new system. Threw more touchdowns still than he did interceptions. And this is what we're judging him on. You mean to tell me that even some of the rest of these guys that didn't get picked, and these guys are good? Yeah, I'm ranting tonight. Yes, ma'am, I'm ranting. Yes, sir, I'm ranting. They can take me out. It don't make no difference to me. I'm ranting tonight because this is sad. This is not the NFL that I know. And then the excuse that's been offered here tonight, just listen to this. Well, the reason some of them may not be going is because next year, what we talking about next year for? Next year, just like dating, when someone doesn't want you, they'll use any reason not to be with you. And wait a minute, Dr. Crystal, let's take that one step further. And then they'll try to convince somebody else not to be with you. When they don't want you, then they don't want nobody else to want you. So it goes back to like what you said earlier. These owners then got together. So here we go. Let's see. Okay, Milroe just went. Uh-oh, Dr. Crystal. Let's watch and see. Uh-oh, Milroe just went. Milroe just went. And Dr. Crystal, what's going on? Look what happened. He went before Shedeur. I'm telling you now, I'm happy, but I'm still ticked off. I'm still ticked off. Cash out, crash out coming. It is on the way. Kangaroo Black said, about damn time. I'm just glad he didn't go to Cleveland. I did not want him with the Browns. I didn't want him with the Browns. Well, I'm with you, Nick. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But I'm with Dr. Crystal. The crash out is coming. The internet, but Kangaroo Black, I told you, I'm still ticked off though, bro. I'm still ticked off. Shedeur should have been gone. But the biasness against the I just need somebody who might be watching my show right now. I need somebody to please tell me, what is it about Shedeur? What is it about him you don't like? What is it? I'm just saying. I hear you, DSG. Miro got drafted to the Seahawks. But DS, we are still upset about what's happening with Shedeur. Now, Dr. Crystal Millie will start this season. Let me see. Okay. And you know what? And you know what, Dr. Crystal? I've said that too. They don't want Deion lurking around because Deion knows the ins and the outs of the game. Deion is a Hall of Famer. If anybody knows the bull crap that goes on, he knows. But I might get silenced right here. But what's wrong with a man wanting what's best for his son? Because exactly. And you know what? Wait a minute, Kangaroo. Hold on, KB. I got to put you on the big screen, bro. They're punishing Shedeur because of who his dad is and because he was coached by his dad. The guy's confident and he lets everybody know it. And this is the other part of that, KB. Some people they're getting his confidence mixed up with his character. They're getting the confidence mixed up with the character by trying to say he has bad character. No, he doesn't. When have you read about Shedeur being in trouble? When have you read about Shedeur being kicked off of the team because of bad grades? Those are things. When have you heard about him sexually assaulting somebody? You haven't. You haven't. Why? Because his dad has taught him better. His dad, if you go back and wait a minute now. Okay, here go the Saints. Here we go. What's happening? Well, no, they didn't, Dr. Crystal. They got Jonas Sanker. They didn't get him. The guy has never been in trouble. Never. Never. And people still don't like him. They still don't let you. It's like there are some people that you can never, ever please. That's part of the reason why I don't fool with a lot of folks, because you can't please them. There's no pleasing them. And please forgive me. And I am a exactly, KB. After a public intoxication charge and arrest, they still took Stetson Bennett. They still took him. And here's a guy hadn't done nothing, but you blaming his father. But wait a minute. Can I Kangaroo, KB, Dr. Crystal. Now, may I, even though it's my show, may I please say something? And I hope you all don't get offended. Can I please say it? Just say yes or no. DSG, can I say it? Can I? It's something I want to say, but I want y'all's permission to say it because I respect y'all. I respect y'all. I really do. I love y'all and I respect y'all. But can I please say it? Yep. All right. KB said I could. All right. Thank you, Gary. It seemed like it was all right in 1983 when John Elway didn't want to play for a certain team, and I refused to do it. I'm not going to do it. And guess what? And they honored his wish. And John Elway ended up in Denver. It was okay when the San Diego Chargers drafted Eli Manning and his dad said, my son doesn't want to play for y'all. Blah, 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 blah. And that very night, a trade happened in front of the whole world. I was watching the draft when it happened. he didn't want to play with the Chargers, and he ended up with the Colts, and then ended up with the Giants. Y'all see what I'm saying? It was all right when they did it. What's the difference? What's the problem? But when and watch this, and not one time did Deion ever say, I don't want my son playing here. I want the Deion just said, I know who I don't want my son to play for. That's all he said. Well, at least that's all I heard him say. Let me put it that way, so I'll be right about it. I never heard him say, he never targeted a team. He didn't say, he just said, I know who I don't want him to play for. So what's the problem? Why is it was okay for Archie and them to do it, but it's wrong for Deion to do it? I'm just saying. What's up, KT? You know what the business is. I'm just saying. Now, if it's all right for one to do it, it's got to be all right for the next folks to do it. It's got to be all right. If it's okay for the Manning family to do what they did, then it should be okay for the Sanders family to do what they did. Because I'm going to tell you something. When here I am, I still look out for my kids too. And when I see something that I don't like, bam, it is. Roll Tide, KT. I'm just saying now, when I see something that I don't like, I call it out. And I'll begin to pull folks to the side and say, what's up with this here? What's going on? This is 2025, y'all. We should be over the foolishness by now. But too bad we're not. Now, wait a minute. Here go the Browns again. Now, watch this. Dylan Gabriel. I'm with them. You heard him? Wow. So, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. It's right there in black and white and Technicolor and digital and whatever else, smart TV, dumb TV, no TV at all. It's right there. But KT, who did Deion bully? Who did he bully? I haven't heard him bully anybody. All I heard him say, now if you can tell me, and you know I'm not refuting you, dear. I'm not refuting you at all. I just want to know, who did he bully? Who did he bully? When all he said was, "You talking too much in my." I don't know, KT. Let it play out like it's supposed to. I got what you say. But on the flip side of that, why was it okay for the Mannings to do what they did? If Eli did not want to play for the Chargers and demanded a trade right then and there, and they gave it to him, is that right? What's up, OG Gil? That's all I'm saying. He said on Nightcap once that he wouldn't let to certain teams. But Dr. Crystal, but did he say who those teams were? Because that's my question. If he said who those teams were, then I can get with what KT said. If he called teams out verbatim. If he called these teams out verbatim and everything, then I can get, the managers were making deals behind closed doors. Okay, and that part might be true. That part may be true. But the trade that they demanded that. They demanded that. And within 5-10 minutes after Eli was drafted, they came right back and they switched jerseys. I remember watching that draft that night. Now Eli and them verbally said he didn't want to play for San Diego. But I don't think Deion really just per se called out any team. He just said certain teams. And I'm of the firm persuasion that the Giants was one of them. And if anybody, here we go. I'm going to go and put this on out there. And if anybody was paying attention, I'm a Steelers fan till my casket dropped. But Najee Harris, when he got traded to the Chargers, he talked about the Steelers organization. He talked about them. KT, I did too. KT, in this Lindy's draft book there, Shedeur was ranked the third quarterback. It was Cam first, Jalen Milroe second, Shedeur Sanders third, Jackson Dart was fourth, Dylan Gabriel was fifth. That was the fifth. So you wanted Shedeur to go in the first. That's what we all wanted. Now here we are at the third round, and nobody picked him up. That's all I'm fussing about. No, not even in the second round, not even early in the second round. Everything he worked his ass off. He did, KT. And you know what? Now, KT, that might be it right there. I tell you what, that might be the finishing piece of the puzzle. That might be. It could be. Hey, Nicole, roll tide. KT, I think now that could be, but to blatantly not picking, I still don't get it. I still don't get it. And there are a lot of players still in my book. Jimmy Horn. Like I said, Quinn Ewers. Will Howard, Kyle McCord. I'm just saying. And some of these guys that are being picked, can I tell y'all something? I've never heard of them. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not crazy. I know that the NCAA is filled with players that you never heard of. But some of these guys are not even household names. Shedeur Sanders is a household name. And notice I'm going hard for a bunch of them. Because I've watched some of them play, and these dudes are good, and they're not being picked. And what got to me a couple of minutes ago was when I heard one of the announcers say, well, some of us, because next year you're going to have a deeper class at wide receiver, and they don't want to use up no money this year because something better is coming along next year, so you're going to penalize them for that. this made me view this whole process in a different way. Piano Man, just being honest with you. And I'm not here to debate or anything. Crystal, Dr. Crystal, I done beat you to it. I'm about to go on and say this. And some of my folks have sort of checked me on. Well, they ain't so much checked me, but how do you not pick Malachi Moore? And that dude been starting since he was a freshman. And I understand he got hurt. And I also understand Alabama had a down year. But you picked Malachi Starks and Georgia had a down year. Malachi Starks still trying to look for Ryan Williams. He's still trying to find him. What's up, Dwight? He's still trying to find him. But like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, some of these teams that we're so used to them being dominant, this past year, they were not dominant. Gary, that could be. But it goes back to like what I said. What's the word I'm looking for? You're penalizing a player. You're penalizing a player for a moment. All players have moments. All players have moments. All of us have moments. And I would hope and pray that you don't judge me by one moment. Well, still no Shedeur. All Piano Man is saying is this has, they find any excuse. Like Kangaroo Black said, one of y'all said, I think it was Kangaroo, Stetson Bennett could go and be arrested for public intoxication, however that went, and you still drafted him. But here's a man that has never been in trouble. But it's like because he has this particular swag about him, you don't like it, and you don't like his family. And like I said, I don't play that card too often, but I'm playing it tonight. Because I'm looking at some of these other guys that have come on that are being introduced tonight. Some of them have the same swag, and y'all ain't said a word. Talking to these owners and whoever else may be listening, that you're bashing Shedeur Sanders and some of the other ones and some of the others. Now, one thing about it, Piano Man can chew his food twice, chew my cabbage twice, sure can. But I'm just not for how this is looking. This is not a good look. Okay, here go the Raiders. Here we go. Please. Okay, we talk, keep. But you know what, Gil? Bruh, sometimes. And this man's going to have a great career with the 98th pick in the NFL 2025 draft. The Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, select Caleb Rogers, guard from Texas Tech. Well, and you know what? Oh, and Dr. Crystal. Well, back to Gil. I got that. Maybe he said that, but that's so petty. That's petty. That's still petty. I mean, I understand it's business and everything, but that's just so petty. He's being a young man. But anyway. And then he said, now, Isaiah Bond, and check this out. in the wide receiver room. Here, let me put my book back up. I feel like Barney Fife on Andy Griffin. Let me get my bullet. Here we go. Always reaching for his bullet, and here's my book. Isaiah Bond was not in this book where I have. He was number 7. He was the 7th best receiver. Isaiah Bond. He messed himself up. He messed himself up. And this is the same Isaiah Bond that last year, when they were they took a poll in the locker room, and they were at not so much a poll, but they were doing an interview, and they asked the question, which one of your teammates that you don't want, you would not want your sister dating? And all of them said Isaiah Bond. Wow. Raiders making it clear they don't want him. This is crazy. This is crazy. But like I said, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And I mean, okay, somebody says something, and I'm gonna tell you something. I am as conservative as they come. I really am, but I'm more or less a moderate. And when I say that, I mean from a standpoint of attitude. There's some stuff that, man. It's just some things, man. We I let that stuff go on one end out the other. Okay, the man wants his own music, but if nobody else is getting their music, I know how to say, well, bro, if you want your own music, you put that in your headset and go on about your business. That's how you handle that. That's how I would handle it. But I wouldn't allow that to be a factor in why I'm not choosing a person. Yes, Dr. Crystal, this is cringeworthy. It's cringeworthy. Well, yeah, get your contract first, though. Yeah, get your contract first. Got to get your priorities right. But now on the flip side of that, now y'all, this is where all this is where some of this NIL stuff has to be addressed, because with some of these guys, it is coming across like entitlement. Now let me bring that down too, because that's some of it. But I'm not saying that this is it in this particular sense, but with some of them, yeah. And when you got a guy who's been 9 years in college, you know something up. Yeah, get your contract first and then negotiate the little stuff, because that's little. Matter of fact, that ain't even little, KT. That's really nothing at all. Yep. Now, Gil, I'm gonna say this. That might be where he ended up going, because out of all of the teams that are there, that's the biggest venue. That's the biggest stage, New York. Everybody holler Dallas, but it's not. New York is the biggest stage. Now, I see, KT, didn't nobody ask you for your 2 cents worth. I asked you for your 2 cents. We'll take emoji. Y'all, KT is a diehard Jets fan. She's a Jets. KT, I'm gonna buy you a Jets jersey, KT. I'm gonna buy you a Jets jersey. I'm gonna buy you a Jets jersey. You know. Gil gonna represent. Gil gonna represent. I'm telling you, Gil and JB, they represent New York. Like I've told you, they represent New York. They represent New York harder than Chinese arithmetic. So here we are. Here's the 49ers. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's going on. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord, KT, she got the Jets up there. Okay. Well, Upton Stout going to the Niners from Western Kentucky. What we think about Shiloh? I mean, no disrespect here, KT. I don't. Shiloh, in my opinion, Shiloh just didn't have that it factor. He was good, but he wasn't it. Not that it factor. I like him, but he didn't have that. He didn't have that it. He didn't have that it like Shedeur has. But I'm telling y'all now. I believe some of these guys are going to. They're going to end up. Some of them will probably end up going to Canada or playing in the other league. Uh-oh. So the Broncos got who Broncos making another pick here. I'm with you, Dr. Crystal. This has become cringeworthy now. Okay. And wow. Some of these dudes from Bishop Sycamore never heard of these cats. I ain't heard of Bishop Sycamore, Bishop Oak Tree, Bishop Pine Tree, Bishop Elm Tree. It don't make no Bishop Cedar Tree and Bishop Sequoia. I hadn't heard of any of them. I hadn't heard of them. Mm-mm. I don't know. KT says it's a fake high school. Bishop Sycamore. Well, I don't give a hoop. It could have been, listen, it could have been Bishop Cadillac, as far as I'm concerned. I ain't heard of you. I don't know. Played on ESPN. Yeah, it was on that 30 for 30, wasn't it? They're putting a big stain on everything Shedeur work for. And even if, KB, even if Bond with this speed would do good with Kansas City or Jacksonville, exactly, but too bad he won't get a chance to. Unless a miracle take place, Bond won't get a chance to do anything. But KB, But even if there were some deficiencies, there still should be not held against him to a point to where he's not picked at all. Who the Vikings fixing to get? You can, you can, look. Some of these fans are tickling me like they're saying, "Oh, okay, all right, okay, all right." Henry Ruggs is up for a pro, so, and you know what? I pray, I pray, I pray that they let Ruggs back in. He made a mistake. And it's like what Coach Saban said, because somebody didn't hold him accountable. But he's up for parole. And I had heard that his parole was coming up soon. First of all, I hope they grant it to him. And then second of all, I hope the NFL, excuse me, reinstates him. He deserves it. He deserves it. Let's see what redemption looks like. Because here we go. Don't mean no harm. But if you can do it, he's still, exactly, KT, he's still young. I'm about to say something. If you can do it for a certain person who sexually assaulted women on multiple occasions and you still let him play, then you can do this here. I think so, Dwight. I think so. Just saying now. Ray Lewis wasn't convicted of a crime though, and but OG, I wasn't talking about Ray. I was talking about somebody who should have been convicted on two separate occasions and settled. Yeah, he's been working at the governor's mansion. He's been working at the governor's mansion. Yeah. So yeah, but OG, I wasn't talking about Ray. I wasn't talking about Ray. That Ray Lewis thing still baffles me. It still baffles me. It doesn't make sense. Look at Jalen Carter. Matter of fact, look at half of Georgia. Look at them dude. Them dude did some stuff and still doing it and still get drafted. And still get drafted, Dr. Crystal. Play on Super Bowl teams and they win it. So I'm just saying now. Redemption is possible. Amen, KT. So that's why I said I hope they give him another chance. Let people see what redemption looks like. True redemption. Because everybody has messed up and done something. And then the difference is with some folks is we all did some stuff. We just didn't get caught. A video coming on this travesty. You got that right. It's a travesty. It's a real travesty. In 2025, this is still going on. Okay, all right, OG. OG Gil, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I need to run something by you, bro. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. I need to run something by you. I gotta. You're my. I'm gonna put it to you like this: you're my accountability brother in this. So I'm just saying, man. But this whole thing, and y'all forgive me, but I don't like wrong. I don't like to see people done wrong, and I feel like that Shedeur was done wrong. Dante Stallworth, exactly. Wait a minute. Just here a few years ago, what about Butte? Butte from LSU, just a couple of years ago. Butte, remember him? So we how can I put it? It's almost like we put in who we want to put in. We forgive who we want to forgive. We look away from who we want to look away from. It's whatever you know, it just depends on who it is, but but what's happening here, it's, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. All I'm trying to do is present. Hey, Carl, you know what the business is. Hey, Susan, roll tide. I think it's about hate for dad, but it shouldn't even be that way. It shouldn't even be that way. It shouldn't even be that way at all. It shouldn't even be that way. So we've gone through 3 rounds. I'm happy for everybody that's been drafted. But my heart is still broken because, and I understand everybody wasn't going to be drafted. We got that part. All of us that's been watching football a while, we understand that. But when a guy is good, I'm talking about talented, this, that, and the third. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Yes, Carla. Wild behavior going on in this draft. Wild behavior. Dwight, I had said earlier, y'all, thinking not strange. If I come back on here earlier in the first broadcast, I said I might come back on here and just kind of, if I see something I don't like or something strange happen, I'm gonna come back on here and I'm just doing what I said I was gonna do because I just said I've got questions. You know what, Dr. Crystal? I don't know, Carla. I don't know, but I just sent it out. But I made the statement earlier for those that were on here earlier today that I might come back on here tonight if some things that I didn't like or something surprising happened. I was going to come back on and everything. And when I saw how this was going tonight for real, then I said I had to come on. And that's why I made the statement in my opening there. I got questions. And then in the talk about it part, they say, I said, just hop on and let's talk about it. So, but I don't know about the notifications though, but I'll check it out when I get off of here. I'll check it out. I'm not gonna hold you too much longer. It's late on the East Coast and everything, and my head is hurting because I'm just ticked off. Because, like I said, I just don't like wrongdoing, and to me, this is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong on every level, not just on so many. It's wrong on every level. That's just Piano Man's opinion now. Thanks, Nick. Okay, cool. It's wrong, y'all. It's just wrong. There are like even Will Howard from Ohio State, national championship quarterback. He ain't even got picked. And I saw guys on there. This report on game day with Saban showing their hand. Yeah, a lot of them showing it, Gary. They're showing it. I just don't like what I'm seeing, y'all. They want you to do it a beg. Sort of like Coach Sean said earlier, I'm glad that I don't have a son in the league or wanting to go to the league or whatever, however, because this is not cool what's happening. This is not cool. So y'all, I'm gonna end with this. I want people to understand that exactly, Susan. I talked about him earlier. Dylan Sampson, one of the coldest running backs. Nobody picked him. But I'm going to end with this. I understand people's feelings about Deion. I just got a notification. Somebody just said Deion needs to learn how to be quiet. And I understand that. But we're also living in a society that if you don't say anything and wrong is persisting, they're going to keep on doing it because you don't say nothing. Now, I think this is just Piano Man's opinion right here. I feel that Prime is coming from a place of he knows how this thing works with the players. It has nothing to do with it. It has what people are trying to make it. They're trying to create a particular narrative. And that's not what the narrative is. I think Coach Prime is coming from a business aspect, not just a cultural one, not just one of culture or a one-sided culture. What I'm trying to say is I don't think it is not necessarily just a issue just of race, but it's also an issue of how people are treated, different salary caps, different this, different that. And like I said, Najee Harris talked about the Steelers' facilities, that the facilities are horrible for Pittsburgh, and that's my squad. But he talked about it. That's partly of what Deion is saying too. Coach Prime is saying that there are just some places. And then here's another thing. Y'all think these players don't talk? They talk. Hold on for a minute.
legends compete. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
The things you do inspire us every day. So much so, we're inspired to give you your choice of free. They're looking at themselves like keep pressing the gas and let them go. Yeah. And they've got an opportunity in their division because I don't care how you view it otherwise. That Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles for Kansas City.
Exactly, Susan. And that's why Harris, they didn't like what was what. And a lot of people, and I'm talking about my team now, a lot of some of the Pittsburgh fans are so upset with Tomlin. And they saying he's got to go, he's got to go. But if you're not paying attention to how things are going, sometimes you be mad at the wrong somebody. So I understand that some people want Deion to be quiet. But what Deion is saying is that's my child. That's my child. And it's okay to want somebody to let the process play out. But in some cases, it's best to head off a thing too before it becomes a process. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go.
It is 100% the conversation of this draft to this point. I don't think we don't have the answer to 102 picks, and we will see.
God said, "What's the issue with Sanders? They don't have the answer for 102 picks. They don't have the answer as into what's wrong." But y'all, it's this may have been one of my worst lives yet, but I'm just hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt for players, for Shedeur. I hurt for that. That dude worked hard. And the thing about that, what I don't like, maybe I'll go ahead and say it now. What I don't like is the fact that they were saying, well, he took too many sacks. Well, he took the sacks because his O-line wasn't strong. His O-line wasn't strong. Just saying. And you're holding it against them. But, so.
To wrap up the second and third round, 70 more picks in the books after 32 in the first round. So, guys, one of the first picks.
So, y'all, I appreciate y'all. I'm watching Dr. Crystal. I'm watching some things now. I'm gonna go back and watch it. I'm gonna go back and watch it, dear. I am. Dr. Crystal, how's your family? Is everybody all right? Yeah, Carla and Coach Saban did say some things tonight. He did. Because he even talked about how hard Shedeur had worked and that he's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. Good, Dr. Crystal. Give everybody my best. And I'm going to, I'm just going to go somewhere. I'm just going to have to, I'm going to have to go somewhere and pray. I'm being honest with y'all. I've got to go somewhere and pray. Because the game I love so much from a boy all the way up until this point has changed. And then even in the change, just the blackballing, how I feel. Now, somebody can come and legitimately show me that this is not a blackball. If somebody can come and legitimately show me, I'll be glad to change my stance. But until then, because you can't tell me that this particular publication, and this is where I get a lot of my information from, even in college. Lindy's. Like I told y'all, Lindy's and Athlon are the two that I go to. Those are my two go-tos. Those are my two go-tos. And when and for a guy to be the third, I'm just saying. So yeah, Piano Man is sort of no, I'm not sort of. I am disappointed. And whoever watches this later on, I want you to hear me say that I'm disappointed. And I want to say this to you. I'm a straight Alabama fan, but I also am a fan of what's right. And when a guy can play, when a guy has it, he has it. And this should not ever be about Deion. This is about his son, Shedeur. Deion's not out there playing. Yes, Deion might be coaching it and everything like that, but this is not about, this shouldn't even be about Deion. But since it's almost like they've made it about that. I don't get it. I don't understand. So again, yeah, they're doing Shedeur dirty. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. I feel like the prophet Jeremiah in the Bible. If my head were a fountain, I would cry day and night. I cry day and night. Zach, I'm excited for Miro at the Seattle Seahawks. Let's go Seahawks. Thank you, Zach. I'm with you. I'm excited for him too. Because I was beginning to wonder if he was going to ever go at all. Because the way this thing is looking, and there are so many others that are so talented and gifted, like Susan brought up Dylan Sampson, one of the coldest running backs in the nation, and he hadn't gone yet. You mean to tell me? And then the other part of that, hey, Amber, good to see you. And you mean to tell me that the only excuse that you can come up with, now this are some of the sportscasters now, some of the excuses that they're coming up with is, well, next year we got a deeper class coming and they don't want to waste no picks and they don't want to spend that much money on this, that, and the third. But you're going to put these guys on hold and not let them play. So Zach, picture game, yes, I am in agreement. Thank you for coming, sir. Thank you. Seattle Seahawks. Let's go Seahawks. Matter of fact, when we hang up, I've got to make a call to my daughter and my son. They live in Tacoma, and and they call since I've been on here with my podcast and everything. So, I can hear them now. Yo, boy, Miro coming out here. You darn right. And so that means Piano Man will be going to Washington. I will be going to Washington. I'm going to visit. And I'm going to catch, I'm going to be catching me a game or two while I'm out there. Because whenever I go to Washington, I stay a while. And so if I go this summer, I will be out there for probably the beginning of training camp. So if they're there, I'm going to watch them. Oh, Carla. Now, you know what? You know what, Carla? I hope to go to training camp and see Miro. I'm going to go Roll Tide. I'm going to do it just like him. And if I get his attention, oh, boy. Did the Seahawks need a quarterback? Yes. Yeah, Zach, they did. They got Sam Darnold and Drew Lock on the Seahawks, but they still needed a quarterback. They needed they needed a game changer quarterback. They're going to build some packages for Jalen. My only wish is that I wanted him to go to a team that had a pure pocket quarterback to help him develop that part of his game. But they still, but Jalen's going to be that dude for the future. Jalen's going to be that guy for the future. So, Amber, yeah, somebody ruffled some feathers. I still don't know what was said or done that caused the feathers to be ruffled in the first place, no more than just, not just feeling Dion or whatever. But I don't know what Shedeur did that ruffled so many feathers. So it is what it is. But we'll see. We'll see. And somebody said something about Mr. Irrelevant. If they pick Shedeur as Mr. Irrelevant, that's what you. I got you. That's who said it. If they did that, prepare your hearts and minds. Dr. Crystal, I'm about to say something else. I made a statement to the group, I think, that when we were texting, I made a statement to the group that it's like I had this feeling that they were going to have Jalen and Shedeur at the very end, and they were going to see who was going to go last. So now that Jalen is gone, your top two are gone. So like I said, Cam Ward was first, Jalen was second, Shedeur third, and Jackson Dart was fourth. So Cam, Jalen, and Jackson are gone. Zach, bruh, I don't think you're gonna have that one to worry about, because if you sit down and you listen to him, his parents don't play. That's who's guiding him. He's not gonna let the money go to his head. I don't believe he will. And I'm gonna tell you this. I listened to Tide 100, Tide 100.9, and he still has a commercial that they run in Tuscaloosa. They still run his commercial. He's still just that popular. Dr. Crystal, please forgive me for calling you Crystal, but Dr. Crystal, I said the same thing. They knew they weren't going to pick him in round one. So why invite him? Why did you invite any of them and you knew good and well they weren't going to be picked in round one? Why? What's up, JB? The governor. Not only that he a third rounder, he probably was getting more in NIL than he's going to get for his rookie contract. That's true, Gary. Miro has given away thousands. Miro's giving away thousands, not millions, to homeless. So don't think money going to his head. Yeah, I don't think that. So Zach, I think let me put it to you this way. we were talking earlier. This is for Zach, who was on here, who's a Seahawks fan. Zach said doesn't hold Milroe, doesn't allow the money to get to his head. One thing for those of us, we're Tide fans, Zach, here, check this out, brother. The whole time Milroe was at Alabama, we never heard anything about him. We never heard anything about him in no wrongdoing. His character, and I'm gonna put it to you this way, Zach, he is still going to be, and even in years to come, he will be one of the spokespersons for Alabama, even though so many of the fan base turned on him. They turned on him. So Seattle is getting a upstanding young man. Roll Tide, Zach. Roll Tide. I'm just ready for the season to start. I'm ready. I'm ready for the season to start. JB, we've been saying the same thing, bro. Okay. Governor JB, we got to put you on the big screen now. Here we go. I'm just looking at the schools of these cats who got drafted, and I'm like, wow. Like Toledo, exactly. Toledo, exactly, JB. That's what we've been saying. Toledo, are you kidding me? Like Idaho, are you serious? Like, I'm serious. I'm with y'all. It is crazy. It is crazy. Where did some of these guys come from? Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all another problem I have. I'm gonna tell y'all another problem. I went to spring game. I hope Keelan Russell starts. Zach, I was at the spring. There, Bishop. Dr. Crystal, I'm about to call. There's Bishop Sycamore. No, there's Dr. Sycamore with Bishop Crystal. About to get it all confused. There's Dr. Crystal with Bishop Sycamore again. Zach, I was at the spring game too, and I'm gonna go on and just tell you, bruh, unless Keelan has a strong summer, he won't start. He won't start. He's not going to start. Keelan is going to be the dude for the future. Now, I'm going to say this though, Zach, since we're going to be on that subject for a minute. It's ties to lose, but I'm going to tell you now. But Austin Mack and Keelan, they're breathing down his neck, and if they get that thing down pat, I think going into the summer, going into the fall camp, you still gonna have the battle going on your hand all the way up until kickoff against Florida State. Yeah, Gary the Bishop. Oh, Dr. Crystal been on it all night tonight, JB. She said Bishop Sycamore. I don't give a hoot if it's Bishop Pine Tree, Bishop Elm Tree. They can be down there by Bishop Weeping Willow if they want to. I have never heard of some of these guys. I'm with you, JB. Last Chance University. Hold up. Once you get the jersey, and so I think that's more than anything. I know we talk about it, but when he gets drafted now, as he air quotes slides, that you actually are opening up to more people. You know, because when you look in the game, there's Mm. I don't know, y'all.
Top 10, going to the Giants at 3. I mean, there's a lot of people that mocked him there. And when you watch his tape, I think it deserves the right to be drafted. We just don't know what team.
He deserved the right to be drafted.
Like they said before, we're not going to lose groups.
Yeah, and it could be a blessing in disguise. I said that yesterday. You know, like you said, Steve, you go to a team that early, you go to a team where you need to play now, you got to do a lot more now. It's wild. But the thing I want to say about this, and then I'll be done. We don't know what happened. Nobody knows. We're sitting in those rooms. We're not in those rooms with these coaches or these GMs. All these narratives that people just throwing out there, cut it out. We got to stop with the narratives. He's good enough to play in the NFL. That's what we know. So Shador, when you do hear your name called, when that phone rings and you pick it up, go show everybody. That's all that matters. Get in the door. He's good enough to get in the door. And once you get in the door, you go show everybody. It's simple as that. We don't know what happened, so stop throwing narratives out there. Do we think he should have been picked by now? Yes. He has been picked. He will be picked. And when you get picked, don't show everybody. And that's all that matters.
There you go. And opportunity.
Zach, I hope so too. Zach, I hope, honest to goodness, I hope Seattle keeps him, you know, and everything. But Seattle has to really build a team. Yeah, Russell won't be the starter. Yeah, Keelan won't. He won't get that one. Not this year. Not this year, Zach. Not this year. But I'm gonna go back and say this again, no, brother. But Ty's wiggle room is gonna be very, very small. Cause Keelan coming. Austin Mack coming too. So it's gonna be something to see. JB says all this talk about Shador not wanting to play here or there, probably not as doing. But if that's true, why not every player has the same option? I think Cam wanted to be a Titan. And you know what, JB, when you put it that way, being that number one pick sometimes, everybody knows if you're number one, you basically going to the worst team. Unless someone a little better trades up, and most of the time they're not. Now, my prayer for Cam Ward, I hope he doesn't experience what Bryce Young experienced a couple of years ago. Because Bryce Young took a beat. And so picked up McMillan last night and everything. So he's getting some help. So it's gonna be real nice. Zach, you mean the offense under Ryan Grubb? The defense gonna be under Kane Womack. The offense will be up under Ryan Grubb. But either way it go, when they put that thing together, and we've been talking about it, Zach, that the game changers of this thing, in my opinion, I've said before and I'll say it again, the X factor for the Tide this year will be the O-line. It's got to be the O-line. If the O-line is not solid, it won't matter who's back there quarterback. The defenses are going to have him on the run. So I'm excited for Bruce, for Bryce. Yeah, I'm excited for him too, Dr. Crystal. I really am. I'm excited for him because he's getting some help. But I'm still hoping that O-line of the Panthers join together. You know what? And that's what Nick Saban was sort of saying too, JB, is that when you get that opportunity, go on and ball out, do what you got to do. And like what this brother just said just a minute ago, you know, whoever picks Shedeur, he just needs to go ahead and ball out. But I think what the rest of us are saying is that we're sitting here looking at this, him being passed up by guys that like what you said earlier, like what school y'all say y'all go to, like, huh? And that's not a put down to nobody, but you the number 3 guy according to a particular magazine, and that's, like I said, that's reputable and have a pretty good results and things like that, and they know their football, and you're not even being called. So I don't think it's narratives that people are pushing. It's just what it looks like. We're going by what we see, and this is how it feels, because I'm still saying, okay, Dylan Gabriel just got called up. Dylan Gabriel was a beast. But then you've taken Ashton Jeanty, and there's another running back they took, but you hadn't taken Dylan Sampson. And it could be maturity. It could be JB. We see, because we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. So, but I hate it for Shedeur. I hate it for him. So tomorrow's a brand new day. And for some places, tomorrow's already tomorrow. Your tomorrow is the day. Where I am, I still got a few minutes before it's tomorrow. So it could be maturity. We don't know. But it's going to be okay. Zach, I'm going to tell you like this. It's 2 players, Zach, Picture Gamer. Check this out. And if you start laughing, I know but I'm serious. I'm serious though, bro. If anybody picks Nico, Amalie Abel, and DJ Ukulele, I can't pronounce it, DJU, I'm going and try out for somebody's practice squad. If Nico and DJ get there, I'm going and practice. Now Nico's not going. Nico won't be there possibly until next year. You know what, Zach? I'm gonna say this now on a real deal, brother. The worst thing that Nico could have done, in my opinion, he should have stayed at Tennessee and made it work. Whatever the money situation was, they should have worked that out. Because I'm going to tell you what, now you went to UCLA. You going to get hit more than them crash dummies on the TV. Be honest with you. So We live to fight another day, folks. We live to fight another day. But my prayers are for Shedeur, and that he continue to be strong, and not only Shedeur, but others who I feel deserve to have been drafted higher. I pray that they stay strong. And for those of us that's watching this and everything, I pray that we stay strong and everything. I'm gonna be right back at it watching the draft tomorrow. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hopping on with me. Anybody else have anything before I sign off? Any questions? Did he really deserve it though? Now, JB, who we talking about now? Who did he really deserve what? Who is the he? And kind of clarify that a little bit for me, JB, because you know I'm sort of slow sometimes. Yeah, Zach, he's Shedeur did not deserve. He doesn't deserve the treatment that he's getting. He doesn't deserve that. Okay, here's my problem, JB, and JB, in our chat sometime, I'm going to give you your props. I do it all the time, Governor, but here we go. Should you talk about how people process and this, that, and the third? And you remember how you talked about watching game film and this, that, and all that kind of stuff. All right. Shedeur's QB rating shows that he's able to process. He's able to process. His QB rating was 75, I think. I'm gonna be off in just a second, Zach. And thanks, Dr. Chris. I'm gonna be off here in just a second. His QB rating was 75. Jackson Dart's QB rating was 68, 69. And Jackson Dart was the second quarterback taken. But on the flip side of that, though, JB, I've often said too that as far as Jackson Dart goes, I said that possibly is who Daboll wanted was Jackson Dart and not Jalen Milroe or Shedeur. Now, they've got Russell Wilson over there. Shedeur's, but with 2 SEC chips, but Shedeur deserves the best play for his career. Well, guess what? Here's the other part of that, JB, and I feel you, but look what they did to Jalen. They did the same identical thing to Jalen because they're judging Jalen they're judging Jalen by basically one bad year, and that was this past year. People are slamming it. And then all these folks are hollering about he can't throw short. And then and I don't know if all of you all were talking about have heard about what this anonymous coach said, that it's been said that if Jalen had to come back to Alabama this upcoming year, that all of the skill guys said that they were going to leave. So there's a lot of talk. A lot of it is yep, blase. So you don't know what's truth and what's fiction. But Shedeur, on the other hand, when you just begin to put his QB rating there, his QB rating was just higher. And some of it had to deal with the fact that he could process better. Because the other part of that is when you look at his O-line, was in a horrible shape, but yet he had a QB rating of 75. Bama's O-line was supposed to have been better and everything, but you had a quarterback back there who was of a different order. And he was more dual. Jalen was more of a dual threat. But when people looked at him, they looked at him more of his running than it did his passing, because that's what stood out more. That's the best I can make it make sense. So I don't know what all they were saying, but about Jalen, about Shedeur. But like KT said earlier, possibly because he didn't have a workout didn't do the combine, he really didn't do anything. Now, I don't know who was advising him and things like that, but something was wrong. But now here we are, and we're at the end of the third round. We've gone through 3 rounds and still no Shedeur. So it's hard to put your finger on, because like what the brother said, we're not in the meetings. We don't know. We just see what it looks like. Yes, it and not only does your completion rate sort of go well, I think in that, as far as the sacks go, I think more or less the yardage rate goes down, but I'm not sure about the completion rate. I'm not sure. But think about it. But if he still had over 75% QB rating, and Jalen Milroe had a 60-something QB rating, but where Jalen Milroe made it up for was in his running, and that's what Shedeur didn't have. Shedur's running game wasn't there, because he tried to be a pure passer. And that's what Jalen was wanting to be. Hard to say, bro. It's hard to say. I don't like filibustering like that, because there's a lot of things I don't know. I ain't like somebody else I know and pretend I know everything, because what I don't know, I don't know. But I can just go by the eye test. I don't know. But all I know is Shedeur hadn't made it, and something's wrong. So I don't profess to know everything. All I have is my little Lindy's magazine, and I'm writing in who's been got drafted and things like that, and all that kind of stuff. And we'll put it all together. And when I come back, either tomorrow or Sunday, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Let's go for it. We're gonna talk about it. And whoever your team is, is your team faring well in the draft? I've already begun to look for my Derek Harmon jersey. I'm going to support that young man, because I know what it's like to lose your mom, or your mom to pass away. I know what that's like. He got drafted, and then when he goes to tell his mom that he got drafted, she passed. She passed away. So I'm going to be there. I want to be Derek Harmon's #1 supporter. And some of us on here tonight say we know what it's like to, and we know what it's like to lose a parent or a loved one, and this, that, and the third. So my prayers are to the Harmon family and to the Pittsburgh Steelers family. Carla, that got to me, man. Sis, that got to me, because I knew what it was like. Because I was telling them earlier tonight, you know, on my first broadcast, I told them the month of May is not one of my favorite months. Now, my youngest son was born in the month of May, but both of my parents passed away in the month of May. And and my mom, JB, died the day before Mother's Day. So you already know, bro. You already know. And it's hard for me sometimes to be in church and not think about that. The day before Mother's Day, Susan, man, I have to keep myself busy because I have to, you know. And I'm the one that had to preach my mom's eulogy too. And I don't even like to talk about it that much, but I just want y'all to know that I understand what Derek Harmon is going through. And there are others that are like me. We know what the business is on that. So my hat's off to that young man, and I'm praying for him. And I hope God gives him strength because he's at the height of his career. And then you lose your parent just a few hours later. And JB, you are exactly right. Losing a parent just hits different. And y'all, if you still have your parents, I said it earlier, I'm gonna say it again, and I'm off of here. Love your parents, honor your parents, honor them, your mom, your dad. And even if your parents are not together, still honor them, still love on them. It hits different. And I want to tell you this. You just adjust. That's all I can say. You just adjust. You just adjust. You know, I still miss my parents terribly. I'm just an old guy. I miss mine, man. I miss mine. So, like I said, if Derek Harmon ever runs across this, I just want him to know, man, I'm your number one fan, brother. I'm your number one fan because I've been there, dog. Been there. And it hurts. It hurts. So to y'all that lost a parent, Piano Man got you right here because I know what it's like. I know what it's like. Love you too, JB. Love you bigger, bro. But for those of us that lost it, man, we know. And it's no hurt that's like it. And people, and can I tell you something? And some people were so cruel on internet. I'm on another rant now, but I'm getting ready to go. But some people were so cruel when they announced that his mom had passed. They was going on there talking about, well, obesity kills. What? Yeah. Yeah. That's what they said, JB. That's what was said. This guy just said obesity kills. I'm talking about, I'm trying to help somebody. Who the hell you exposed? I'm sorry. Who are you trying to help? Man just lost his mom, and all you got to say is obesity kills. And what he was doing was going by a picture of when Derek was a little boy and his mom. And yes, she was on the healthy side, but that's not what killed her. She had a series. She had some things going on where she was having strokes. And the reason I can identify because my father was having them like that. And my father used to have a series, they call it a series of mini strokes. You know. Well, Nick, I've heard that too. And I pray, God, that I don't never, ever have to experience that. But I feel you. And all I can say is, man, if that's what has happened to you, brother, I'm praying with you too. Losing someone that's close to you, your parent, your child, your grandchild, a grandma, grandparent, even down to a best friend, that stuff don't feel good. Carla, I wish I knew what was wrong with people, but that brother said obesity kills. And when they were just saying, my dad wasn't either. My dad wasn't tall. My dad wasn't big. My sister, the one y'all met and Susan you hung out with at A-Day and everything. My sister found my dad dead in the garden. My father wasn't no big man. He just had a heart attack. So obesity kills. Mean to say. It's some mean folks in this world. So, but Nick, I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Piano Man got you. I got you. So anyway, Piano Man's gonna get off of here, and like I said, I got to go somewhere and just pray. I've got to. My emotions got the best of me because I just believe in what's right, y'all. I just believe in what's right. I just believe in what's right. So anyway, the Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I'll see y'all later on. What time does the draft start Saturday? Does anybody know before we leave? Because I think it'll start in the morning. Won't it start in the morning? Noon? Gotcha. So that gives me a chance to go get my blood pressure medicine, Carl. I got to go get it. Well, on a lighter note, Miro made it. That's what me and Zach been talking about. Zach Picture Gaming. I just like to, Zach, hit it one more time. Miro made it. Go Seahawks. And so now, that'll be, Carla, see that. That's going to make me go in here and give me a few hours sleep and get up, and I got to go and get my meds. And I'm not going to fire that grill up tomorrow. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. No. I'm just going to go and grab some chicken from somewhere else and watch the draft and see what's going to happen. But there are a lot of players that's still out, y'all. Still hadn't been drafted. A lot of good players. So I'm praying that they get it, that they get in. I pray that they get in. So I'm so thankful for everybody that came back for the second round of the long run with Piano Man and keeping it a buck crew. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your input. But like I said, Piano Man just had to vent because I've got questions. I've got questions. I really do. And Susan, wait a minute. Hold up, Susan. Before I go. I got you, Zach. I hope you come, but wait a minute. Hold up. Susan said something. You thought I wasn't looking. Did you take it down, Susan? Hold up now. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Susan said, wait a minute, put you on the big screen. Susan said, you mean you don't know everything and don't get mad when corrected and call people fair weather? No, I don't. I don't get mad when I'm corrected because I don't want to be wrong. I don't get mad. And I let you all know from the jump street, I don't know everything. This is why I went purposely and got me this today. And I'm gonna start putting my little list together of where they went. I already have it written down where they went, so forth and so on, and then I'm gonna compile my list and all that kind of stuff. But no, I don't get mad. And when I ask you all something, and I think you all know, that's why I put it out there, because Piano Man doesn't know everything. So whomever is listening and they say, "Oh, Piano Man said he doesn't know everything," that's right. And I want to say this, and I am through. Real men admit when they're wrong. So let that sink in. Real men admit when they're wrong. Real men pay their bills. Real men take care of their families. Real men protect their women. Real men. Not a fake amen. But real men love God. Real men. Real men love God. And can I tell you something else? And then I'll be through it. And ladies, can you give me an amen? And females don't mind following real men. Real men get a job. And Susan, and real men will keep one too. Real men don't mind working. We don't mind it. A good female won't mind following a real man because he's going somewhere and he's not just taking a walk. Real men ain't on. Real men are not on the come up. Real men stay up. That's all I got to say about that. So yes, Susan, I don't get mad. Yeah, OG Gil. So y'all talking to a real man. I take care of my children, and my children are grown. But I look out for my kids still. I don't have a wife. And I'm not saying that, I'm not just throwing something out there. I'm saying that I don't. But I'm going to tell you this, and I don't mind putting it out there. And let's just put it this way. I take care of my responsibilities. That's all I got to say about that. So yes, ma'am. Well, y'all, I want y'all to meet somebody. Lord, tonight. Speaking of, there's my oldest son, y'all, Jonathan. Jonathan, say hello to the Keeping It a Buck crew. Y'all, this is my oldest son, Jonathan. Jonathan, there's your Uncle Gil. There's Dr. Crystal. You met Susan at A-Day. There's Gary. There's you know. There's your whole family, Jonathan. And one of these days, I'm gonna have you on here so they can see you, so you can get to know people. But he'll tell you, I try to do what's right. And me and Jonathan don't see eye to eye all the time, but he know I go to war for him. There's your cousin. There go cousin Nick. There's cousin Nick. There's cousin Nick. Say hello to your cousin Jonathan, Nick Harden from Alabama. Jonathan, you need to know JB 718. That's the governor. That's your cousin for real too, man. I'm telling you, this is part of my family, Jonathan. But my son know I would go to war for all of them. I go to war for them. I do it. I don't mind saying it because that's what real men do. So, Susan, back to you. This man here don't mind being corrected. I'm like Joe in the song I Want to Know. Anything that I can do, just let me learn. He said anything. And that means tell me when I'm wrong. Don't have me around here looking like I'm a fool. Don't let me sit in my wrong. If it's something I do or say that get on your nerve, pull me to the side. And real men will listen. Because I don't want nobody involved with me in any capacity. See, there you go, Jonathan. Hey, JB, Nick, Crystal, yeah. There you go. Susan, Nick, yeah, all of them. Gary, all of them. Dwight was on here earlier too. Jonathan, but that's my oldest son. So he's a big Alabama fan. So he loves Alabama and he loves the New Orleans Saints. Jonathan, don't start. One of these days, y'all don't pay my son any attention. He's messy. He is messy. He coming in being messy now. He coming in hot. He's coming in hot. Okay, talking about some folks looking like Og. Don't pay Jonathan any attention. Og is a fictional character that we don't know who it is, but his grandmama used to say, he used to know they're looking like Og. After all these years, we still don't know who Og is. Yeah, JB, he fits right in. He fits right in. But y'all, I'm getting ready. Oh God, he done seen Susan. Oh Lord Jesus. Here we go. Carla, you should have been an A-Day. That's all Piano Man gonna say. Next time, Carla, we do something like that, I want you to come, even if Big Bro have to pay for it. I want you to come, cause we had a time, man. We had a time. Oh God, we had a time. I'm like that lady. We had a time last night. We had a time at A-Day. Oh boy. Yes, we did. And in the words of KT, and a time was had. A time was had. But we've got to get together soon because I'm still planning. I'm trying to get my little schedule together and everything. But I'm still planning on going to the SEC Media Day in Atlanta. And so those that are in that area, we can all meet up somewhere, and we want to cheer for those of us that are Alabama fans. Now, DSG, who's a Georgia fan, that's my brother. I love him and everything, but Georgia's on the first day. But we're going to get that SEC Media Day scheduled together. So anyway, you know what? See, oh God, help! See, Jonathan and Susan get together. It's a done deal. The 10th. It's Carla. You see what Jonathan wrote? The tennis shirt. That's a story by itself. Let's put it this way. There are some things some folks ain't got no business wearing. And I'm going to leave it like that. It just make you shake your head. Just something, you know. I'm not going to tell it tonight. I will not be messy tonight. I'm glad I missed it. I'm glad I missed that sight because, bruh, I would have fell out on the floor. Carla, there were some females there that were all wearing mini skirts. And those mini skirts wasn't fitting nowhere. Nowhere. And one of the ladies passed by and the fans were going. I'm talking about like the ceiling fans, floor fans. And when she came in the door, her skirt, I think it blew up, tennis skirts. And the lady didn't have on no undergarments. That's what Jonathan is referring to. JB got the popcorn out there. You would have dropped that popcorn. You would have dropped it. It got crucial there at the zone. Yes, Carla, yes. Nick is laughing. I looked at John and I said, "That's a big girl, ain't it, son?" That's a big girl, boy. That's a big girl. I'm talking about Dr. Crystal. Thirst trapping. Well, there's kids here. She wasn't no Marilyn Monroe. She wasn't no Monroe doctorate either. Susan, that kind of stuff traumatizes Jonathan. That kind of stuff just traumatizes. Yeah. See, Dr. Crystal, see, there's your problem right there. At least for her. That was a big girl, boy. Look, Dr. Crystal, if that girl had to come up to me and say, I done lost 40 pounds, I would have said, if you look behind you, you'll find them. You find it. That was a big girl, boy. And it was some more of them. And I ain't, hey, now look at him. I ain't knocking big girls. I love myself some big girls, but not like that. Not like that. I mean, come on, present yourself better than that now. Come on now. Come on with it. Now, we got to do better than that. We got to do better than that. So that's what Jonathan is referring to, so Susan, you missed that part. See, you came up. Oh boy, y'all. So anyway, let me go. I got to go in here and, like I said, I'm going in here and pray and ask God to forgive me and keep my sis said it'll be cold soon. Let me tell you something. No, I ain't gonna say that, Dr. Crystal. No. Let me just be quiet. Yeah, that's what we were laughing about, Susan. That's what we were laughing about. But in the words of the late Dr. Martin Luther King, I'm glad that I didn't look over and see the promised land. Cause that there. I'm glad. I'm glad that I missed the promised land. Jonathan, Jonathan, stop, son. See, you. Thank you, JB. Jonathan, go to bed. Go straight to bed. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just go straight to bed. Go to bed. Did nobody ask you for all that damn? Oh, you embarrassing me. Oh, God, help. Jonathan must have been. Wait a minute. Jonathan didn't miss that promised land. Look like the promised land came to Jonathan. It looked like the promised land came to Jonathan, that he could tell that she needed to raise her activity. My God. Or you know what? Oh, God. Oh, God. My head hurt now. Jonathan, just stop. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Now y'all see why. And can I tell y'all something, Dr. Crystal and Carla and Susan and JB and Zach and Nick? Can I tell y'all something? And he's the good one. He's the good one. Zach, this escalated quickly. You got that right. I wasn't even 10 Gardens of Eden. Lord Jesus. What in the welfare witchcraft week hocus pocus hold down my son got going? Lord Jesus. Y'all, I'm finna go to bed now because my son done traumatized me and everything. I don't even know how well, yes, he does, because he subscribed on and everything. Face pink, drinking, wait a minute. Face pink, drinking tea, face pink, drinking tea. That oh gosh. Then here go John. Wait a minute. Y'all see what this crazy thing wrote? Look at him with Jonathan. See, I was being a good member and watching things for y'all and got traumatized. Zach, can I tell y'all something? Can I tell y'all something? And when we all get together, when all my kids get together, along with my sister, I just leave them and just go. I just leave them in the hands of the Lord. I just leave them in the hands of the Lord and just tell them I'm gone. I just tell God I'm gone. You handle them until I can get back, and just keep them and don't burn the house down. And everybody just be all right. So I don't want to come back and hear somebody singing everybody was kung fu fighting. I don't want to hear. Yes, they be cutting up, Carla. I'm talking about it's crazy, cutting up. They be cutting up. But he's supposed to be the good one. When you hear the rest of them, thank you, Zach. That's my goal. We talk football. We talk life, and then we relax and we have fun. I was supposed to have been gone like 30 minutes ago, and here comes Jonathan with talking about Jungle Boogie. You know, here we go. Yes, God. But anyway, but Susan, back to what you asked me earlier. I can be corrected and don't get angry. Get angry for what? What are we getting angry for? If you're wrong, you're just wrong. And what you do is correct yourself. Correct it. And when somebody tells you that you're wrong, hey, nothing wrong with, So that's that. That's how that goes. So I don't get angry about it because I am a real man. I don't get angry about that kind of stuff. So, fact check me. Let's fact check it, and that's why I try to do. I try to be, I'm old school. Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. So. Roasting season when they get around. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. See, that's why you're family. That's it. That dude there, Jonathan, and JB, he's sort of like him and my second oldest. They're sort of like you, don't bother nobody. And when they say you're a friend, that means you really have their attention and they trust you. But once you break that, all bets off. You know what, Zach? Don't worry about it. Because I'll put it to you this way. You can become a member of the channel. All you got to do is just just hit subscribe. It don't cost anything. And I'm not at that point to where I can do super chats yet. I'm not trying to get there. But whoever comes, they come, fine. But all you have to do is just subscribe and we're good. We're good. I'm not after that kind of stuff, man. Cause like I have 4 jobs, bro. So it's all good, man. I have 4 jobs. Yeah. Like Susan said, Zach, like, share, subscribe, and come back. And man, I'm not only on here, but I'm with KB or Kangaroo Black. I'm with B Sharp, Coach Sean, Ty Hayes. You'll see me almost anywhere, and we be having a good time. Now I'm going to say this now, like what we talking about now. We don't do that over there. We be cutting up over here. This is the cut up lounge. Okay, we cut up. We cut up over here. So it's Friday night. This is how we do it. Okay, cool. Thank you, Coach Carl, Coach Al. So when you catch me, and I'm about to get this set up that when I'm on the other guys' channels, I'm going to be coming in from here, and then y'all can watch me from here and all that good stuff. I'm just starting, Zach, and everything. And so it's all good, brother. It's all good. We're glad to have you. And we just keep it a buck over here. And we just try to make sure that everybody's served. And so it is what it is. So and I don't nothing. I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. Because that's gonna start off. I was gonna say something that was about to start a whole nother conversation. I'm not gonna say that, but I don't hide behind a network, okay? I am what I am. Thank you, Susan. I told you I've been dibbling and dabbling. I've been dibbling and dabbling. So I've been dibbling and dabbling. They got something else for y'all the next time. I got something else. So I just want to make it, just get us ready for the upcoming season and all that kind of stuff. So just thank you for the compliment. I told y'all I've been trying to get this going, and thankful for Dwight, who's helped me and everything. Jonathan, we're not wearing white dress shoes in here, John. It's not church. Yes, it's good. Because when I'm on the other guys' chat, the long run with Piano Man, that's me. And so we're good. And we're good. Zach, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I do have mods and everything. And when people get out of line, if somebody offends you and everything, trust me, my mods handle it. And I'm gonna put it to you this way, Zach, and they don't have to report to me about it. I've told them, don't report to me. You see something that's out the way, check it. Check it. That's all I want you to do. Check it. You ain't got to tell me you checked it. Check it and let's keep it moving. I trust them like that. So we're family over here. So, Okay. Gotcha. Okay. See, it says Zach Picture Gaming. You're good. And I subscribe to you, brother. I got you. We're trying to grow. We're all trying to grow, man. We're all trying to grow. And so when you do yours, I want to be able to come on. And Zach, let me put it to you like this, brother. And this goes for everybody that has a channel. What's up, B Sharp? Here's another one, Zach, that I'm on. B Sharp. B Sharp, my heart is broken tonight. My heart is broken. And Zach, we're going to subscribe to you, bro. But Zach, let me tell you something. Bruh, when you come over here, I want you to know you're welcome, and we talk and with this, that, and the third. But brother, hear me now. Hear me real good, Zach. I don't own you. Nobody in here owns each other. Okay. I want you to flourish just like I believe you want me to flourish. I want everybody in here to flourish. If you're starting your channel, I want to see you flourish. But I don't, I don't want you to come up under I don't want that coming up under my network thing. I don't want that. No. Let's just work together. And whatever I can do to help you, I'm going to do it. But that's going to be on you, brother. Okay. I believe in independence. Okay. So, but there's a reason, and the Keeping It a Buck crew know exactly what I'm talking about when I say it. I have a reason for saying it. So, but you're welcome over here and use your name and all that good stuff. And I'm going to find you and I'm going to subscribe to Zachary. Where you go? Zachary, let me see. Zach Picture Gaming. Yeah. Find you, bro. Yeah, Zach Picture Gaming. And I'm going to subscribe to you. Okay. Exactly. And that's what it's about, Zachary. Help others and spread the love. Man, we got enough hatred going on around here. We got enough stupidity and ignorance and everything. Let's do something smart for a change. And let's love each other and help each other out. Because we're all trying to make it. We're all trying to make it. And so we're helpers one of another. Sharp. Be sharp. My heart's broken, be sharp. But I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. My rant is over. And everything. We just got some late night musings going because I just couldn't take it no more. Jonathan, if you still on, here's your other uncle, B Sharp. My oldest son was on here, B Sharp. He came on here being messy. He's an Alabama fan though now. He came on here being messy about some more stuff. That dude crazy, man. That dude crazy, but anyway, I want again. You got that right, JB. I'm talking about some total disrespect to the Bama players. How did B Sharp? I told you the other night when we were on your live. I told you the other night, bro, that okay, I have no problem with Malachi Starks. I have no problem with him. But a dude that got burned by Ryan Williams, a dude that got smoked by Jalen Milroe. You can't make me believe that he's that much better than Malachi Moore. You can't make me believe that some of the other guys were better than Q-Rob and Tim Smith. I'm thankful that Jalen Milroe got picked up. I'm thankful for that. But you mean to tell me Jackson Dart was better than Jalen Milroe? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. So crazy. It's crazy. And so then the thing with Shedeur, I'm not digging that, but we have one more round, but I believe that sooner or later things are going to come to fruition for him, and it's going to be all right, and he will have his chance. He'll have his chance. Just hurt my feelings more talking about the rest of our guys still not drafted. Wait a minute. Hold up for me. They repeating themselves now. Just not giving our guys the chance. But I'm also going to say this. Sometimes having a down year kind of does that to you. And then I also noticed tonight, and we haven't sort of brought this up, but here we are. A lot of love tonight was being given to a lot of the Big Ten teams this year. A lot of love was given to the Big Ten, to the Big Ten, to the Michigan, to the Ohio State, to Oregon, even to UCLA, Washington State. Well, no, let me take that back. Washington State's not part of the Big Ten. But a lot of the Big Ten schools, Penn State, they were Minnesota. They were given a lot of love. A lot of love. So I'm just saying. So we sort of had a down year. And then on the next hand, Georgia, LSU, one player from Kentucky, I think, was taken. A couple of players from Ole Miss, 2 or 3 players from Ole Miss were taken. Arkansas, Texas, quite a few from Texas, and just who from Bama? Tyler Booker, Jahad Campbell, Jalen Milroe. Just saying now. I'm just saying. That's not good. And I'm gonna put it to you this way, and listening to and I don't do this too often, but I was listening to Stephen A. Smith. I'm not a big Stephen A. Smith fan. I'm really not. But some of his guests on there were even slamming Dallas for picking up Tyler Booker. I'm serious. I'm serious. They were slamming him for picking up Tyler Booker. But it goes back to like what JB said. And one of these days, a lot of us Alabama fans are going to catch on. And that's this here. The reason they hate you is because we're the standard. We are everybody's Super Bowl. Even in a down year, we are everybody's Super Bowl. Being honest with you. I do too. I do too. That was my prayer for Milroe, Zach, is that he went to a good team with an established quarterback that could mentor him. I did, and I'm just gonna go on and say it. I did not want neither Jalen nor Shedeur to go to the Cleveland Browns. I didn't want that. I did not want that. Let me see who got him. Dylan Gabriel ended up going to the Browns. I have no comment. But I'm glad that neither Jalen Milroe nor Shedeur Sanders went to Cleveland. I have my own issues about that. I have my issues about Deshaun Watson. I just have my issues. And my issues, and I just told Dr. Crystal and all of them, when we come back after this draft is over and I compile everything, I told them to remind me, and I'm telling you all tonight, remind me to tell you all what my problem with Deshaun Watson is. I want to wait until after the draft is over. And then I'm going to tell y'all what my problem with Deshaun Watson is. I have a problem with Deshaun. I really do. I have a problem with Deshaun Watson. Or about Deshaun Watson. I have a problem. So I'm glad that neither one of those guys, and to a certain degree, I wish Dylan Gabriel wouldn't have gotten drafted to go over there until some things get straightened out. Some things have to get straight first. And then we'll go from there. So anyway, to y'all, Piano Man's getting ready to go. It's been 2 hours and 31 minutes. I wasn't gonna be on here that long, but I just had to vent for a minute because I was frustrated, and like I said, I didn't like what I was seeing, and so with that, with Zach, thank you for coming, thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking everything that whatever things that you said you saw. And for everybody that's coming to Keeping It a Buck crew, I love you. I thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you to my older son, Jonathan, for hanging out, even though you came in here with your messy self and and everything. But we're going to be back on here tomorrow, later on. Probably. So, Carla, you did say 11 Eastern time? Well, we will try to get on here as early as we can. And we're gonna have our pre-draft talk and what we in tongue tie here, what we will be looking for. I hope more Bama players are drafted tomorrow. 12 Eastern. Thank you. So that will be 11 o'clock Central. I'm going to get up early and get my meds and go grab me something to eat and get set for the game for the draft and everything. And let me say this, one last thing. I'm sort of sad now, and here's the reason. When the draft is over, that for me, that's the end of football season for a while. Until a few weeks later, and they're having the schedule release. I'm going to watch that, and we'll probably be back on here talking about that and everything. But when the draft is over, I'm going to go into a state of sadness again because that's going to be it for a while. And then the only thing that we can do is talk about what we think is going to happen, what should happen in this. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's nothing like football season and talking about the things of football. So like I said, when the draft is over, that's going to be it for a while, but we're going to make it through. We're going to grin and bear it. And we're going to do all that we can do over here with the long run to keep things interesting, to keep things flowing. And we're going to have talks about things and this, that, and the other. And before you know it, it'll be football season again. And we're going to have a good time. All right. So Lord willing, Creek don't rise. See you tomorrow later on today. It is 12:03 my time, 1 o'clock somewhere else on that East Coast. And we'll see you then. And y'all be safe and love y'all. And as always, roll tide. See you in a little bit. Good night.